Okay, looks like we are live. Let me put my usual comments at the top here. Okay, put that up there. We'll pin that to the top. And that is that. Okay. Let's see if there's anybody in the chat here. Starting a little later this time, 8 o'clock. It seems probably a wise choice on my part. It's starting to cool off in this room. I don't have air conditioning in this room, and it was 83 degrees right now. It was 93 or 94 today here in Northwest Vermont, which is, I think, breaking some records for us. So let me put some more information in the chat here. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. That's right. Make sure people are using the live chat, not top chat. I always try to remember to say that during the auction, but I never do. That's the way it is. Okay, so we're going to say $1 from $1 to $10. And oops, space in there. And $2 increments after that. Okay. I actually ended up adding some bunch more stuff that I wasn't planning on, but stuff came in. Oh, let's see who we got. Oh, Nancy. Hi, Nancy. So let me see here. So I did have the preview out there, and like I said, the preview was just a sample. And as it turns out, there's a lot more than what I showed in the sample. I don't normally do clothing, but tonight I have a bunch of Burton t-shirts for kids, all brand new with tags. So if there's any interest in those, we will definitely put those up. And then I can see the usual. I've got some jewelry. I've got some really nice depression glass piece. Some various decor pieces. One toy. What's I think the leapfrog thing that was in the preview. I don't think there are any other toys, but see some vintage glass, some other glasses that are considered vintage by Corning. You'll see those in a bit. And I want to re-show one music box that I showed a while back that I was surprised nobody was interested in, but I'll try it again, show it again just in case. Let me think here. What else? Oh, let's see. I got some interesting little battery-powered fountains that are have a combination of, you can have background like bird sound, that kind of stuff. I'll play it when I show it. Let me think. What else? Where's my list? Let's see. Yeah, I can say a couple things I threw in there. I got one book, so I can say some decor. I consider some. I guess it definitely would be vintage, considering what it is. There's a lot of vintage stuff tonight. Not unusual for me. We have a lot of older stuff. And like I said, the jewelry, of course. So, yeah, and I agree, Nancy. I never know what people are going to be interested in, and and so I try to offer up a variety and then kind of go with it. One of the things I was for many years was a musician. Even though I worked full time, I did that. Oh, when I was a teenager, of course, in college years, I did a lot of it. And then later on, and when I got while I was working for IBM, I was in a blues band, and you kind of learn to read an audience. When you're a musician, you have to, if you want to be successful. And of course, when I was a teenager in college, we often played dances, and so you definitely play music people can dance to. Um, and when you look at the crowd, now we were primarily a rock and roll band, but we did have an occasional country tune that we'd throw in there, depending on the group. We did a lot of weddings, so there were always weird requests that came in, and sometimes during our breaks, we'd literally learn a song. So, so I kind of got used to that kind of environment, and even in my job at IBM, you kind of had to go with the flow of what was needed. In the particular job I was doing, I worked here in Essex Junction, Vermont, at the IBM facility there. We made computer chips, and so I had many different jobs there, and yes, again, you had to learn how to adapt. Glass box. Oh yeah, okay, sure. Yeah, that's a interesting little jewelry box. We'll start with that. Sure. I actually have it full of jewelry right now, but that's easily remedied. So we will start with that. I have no particular order. I sometimes try to be organized and say, I'll do it in this order. But tonight I'm just kind of throwing it out there, and we'll see. So okay, I will want to switch. When I switch cameras here, I'll have to shuffle a few things around, but not a big deal. Nancy, we can take care of that. I'm gonna just, my table's just to my left here, so let me grab that. It's behind me here, and you can see it's full of stuff. So I just need to relocate that stuff. So, and I usually talk for a few minutes anyway, kind of get things. Let's see, I'm looking for a box to put this in. There we go. Excuse me, I'm going to be off camera for a second. You can look at my mess behind me. I have been trying to organize this room constantly, and it's just been oh no, I can't use that box. It's full of stuff already. And it's just been a nightmare. I'm running out of space, and we just acquired a whole bunch more stuff recently, and I'm trying to think of where I can use the. Give me a second here. Oh, there we go. I got an empty box right here. Little shoebox. So anyway, so let me get the stuff out of that jewelry box, and you'll hear me making some noise here. But as I clear out the jewelry, I try to be cautious not to overdo it on the jewelry, but it kind of depends on who's watching and what the interests are. I've got everything. I've got not too much in the way of earrings tonight. I think I have a few. I got a few charms. I got something called a necklace enhancer. I've never even heard of that until yesterday. A couple bracelets, some unusual pieces. So let me put that in the camera view, and we will switch over to that. And let me get that on my list in front of me, so I can. And see that. Oh yeah. So yeah, it was an interesting career. I worked for almost 40 years in that particular. Well, started in New York for about a year and a half, and then transferred up here, and then worked for I was 3 months shy of my 40th anniversary when they started cutting programs, which included what I was working on. So, and then 7 months later, they hired me back for a short duration, and then our division got sold to another company, and worked for that company for a few years. So we did a lot of different things, but always on what I call the lab side, kind of like working on the next new technology kind of thing, which was always fascinating. So, okay. So I've been yakking on for about 9 or 10 minutes here, it looks like. So we'll switch cameras and go to my other camera, which is a better camera anyway. And get some of the stuff off the screen here so it doesn't distract. We'll come back to that in a minute. I was just usually try to start with something simple at the beginning and simple and not expensive kind of thing. I'm kind of follow the similar rule that some of the other auctioneers do and kind of start out low and work my way up if I can. Sorta. Like I said, I really kind of wing it. So this is the box. There are no markings on it that I could find, but let's see here. We're going to call this. I'm calling this a clear jewelry box with butterflies. Oops, that's not typing. Oh, there we go. Try that again. Clear jewelry box with butterflies. And I think I was starting this at $10. I think. Oh, I always misspell jewelry for some reason. I keep there. Okay, we'll get that started. And I'll show some more of it here in just a moment. Just trying to keep track of what I'm doing here. So you can see it's got a nice silver tone chain, silver tone frame. I don't know if I'm calling it clear because I don't think it's glass. It could be acrylic. It's hard to tell. Some acrylic is so good, really hard to tell. But there's the top. You can see why I call it with butterflies, and it's a clear finish on top as well. Very easy to clean. Like I said, I didn't find any markings anywhere on this. The hinges are all in good shape. Let me show those. It is, let me get my tool ruler out. Okay, Nancy, I see your bid. Thank you. About 7 inches across, 5 inches there, and about 2.5 inches tall. And yeah, that's okay. I know autocorrect's a complicated thing sometimes. I don't have it turned off on my commenting, so any typos, I can only blame myself. So anyway, okay, we'll say going once, going twice. Last call. And we'll say sold to Nancy for $10. Thank you, Nancy. Okay, so there it is. I will put your name on that right now, so we don't forget that. And we'll put that with your box of stuff that's already in the other room. So, okay. Alrighty. Let's see. Oh yeah. So what I was going to show at the beginning, I'll jump to that. It's a piece of jewelry. And I can't remember there was spray. I have to look at my little cheat sheet here. And this is, I would call a statement piece, I guess. And this is actually I believe it has a name on it. Let me look at my notes here. She's just calling it a gold herringbone necklace. So let me look and see if there really was a name. Oh yeah, there is a name on this. I knew there was. And I'm going to show you. Oh yes, this is the one that took me a bit to research. Let me show you the tag. If it'll show it in focus. Come on, focus not on my thumb. There we go. You can say, look at that. It's like, what does that say? But I found out what that is Lane Bryant. So it's a Lane Bryant necklace. It's kind of a coral. I would call this coral and pink. It kind of looks a little bit orangey maybe on the camera, but it's more of a coral color here and here. And then this is like a darker pink and a lighter pink. And this is like a different shades of coral with a gold tone piece there. And I'll bring that up closer. You're welcome, Nancy. So Lane Bryant necklace, and we'll start this at $4. Like I said, I was just going to start out with. She calls it a herringbone necklace. Okay, so maybe that's not really it. I'm reading my notes wrong. That wouldn't surprise me in the least. If so, I just put a really low price on it. But no, I think that's the price I was going to ask anyway. So, but yeah. So that's that. Let me bring it up a little closer so you can see the base, the piece, and you can see it's got clear, probably rhinestone-like things in the middle, and then the other pieces. Hey, Jocelyn, welcome, welcome. And then you can see the pattern of the chain here. It does have an extender on it and a lobster claw type fastener. And like I said, the logo on there, after research, found out that it is Lane Bryant. So, and the overall length is about, looks like 20, maybe 20, 18. Well, it's 20 right now with the extender, so 18 without it probably. Anyway, so that's $4 for that Lane Bryant piece. And I'll leave that up to, oops, I twisted it. I put it on there. There we go. Goodness, there. Okay. Anyway, so that is that piece. And then I would probably go to another piece of jewelry from here. Like I said, I have a mixture tonight. And I have some stuff that, like I said, I had not planned on doing until it kind of came up literally in the last half hour to an hour, somewhere in that range. So that stuff I hadn't really planned on showing. Let me see if I can untangle this mess here. Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, this one here. I gotta. Yep. Okay. So then I'm going to show this other. I have shown this in a prior auction. I don't know if it was one of mine or with somebody else. Oh, yeah. I can imagine, Nancy. Yeah, that's true. That'd be really difficult. Yeah. Well, let me see here. What was I going to show next? Not that one. Oh yeah. So I have. Oops. Let me see. I gotta keep things got all tangled up in the box. Or I should have bagged them up. I did bag some things up. I have a set of earrings I'm going to show. Okay, so I'm going to pass for now on this. And we'll still show some earrings. And then I'm going to go back and forth. Remember I just said I have a bunch of things I added kind of late. And I have a lot of it. So I will show some probably off and on throughout the auction, just in case somebody who comes in late, may be interested in those items. And so we'll go from there. Okay. set that aside. I have a bunch of these are alpha pierced ears, and I want to set them down here on the table and then move the camera. So give me a second, because I want to organize them by pair. Oh, what did we say we were going to do with those? Okay, let me move my camera. Pardon me. Okay, and get down closer. And so there are various pairs here, and they're all pierced, or for pierced ears. And let me get my description sheet that my wife wrote up nicely for me here. I think she did. I hope she did. Okay. Oh, maybe on the other side of the sheet. Yep, that's where they are. 5 pairs of earrings. Okay. Here we go. And we're gonna be asking for. I'm selling them as a lot. And we're going to start that at 10. And you'll see this is definitely a bargain. Why? These are marks, these two little, I'm going to show each pair here. These two are marked sterling. We're not sure about the stone. It could be carnelian, but not 100%. I'm trying to get that to focus. Come on now. There we go. So there's a pair of those, and those are marked sterling. These are copper wrapped lava stone and gold tone. I mean, it looks like a gold tone, but it's really copper. Sorry, misspoke here. That is really copper wrapped around that, but the color kind of shows as gold tone. But in my hand, it actually, I can see that it's copper. So that's lava stone. These we think is aventurine. And you can see the pattern on the post. Well, my hand's not very steady. I apologize. I was out in the garden a lot this morning, and then before it got too hot, it got up to 93 here. These we think are jade. I don't know if it's sterling or sterling plate or just silver tone with the shepherd hooks. You got a pretty good look at those. And these are just simply glass on a gold tone shepherd's hook as well. So 5 pairs of earrings, $10 start. So there was the sterling silver dragonflies, the copper wire and lava stone, the aventurine, glass leaf earrings, and the jade earrings with the little triangular shaped guys. If there's any interest in those. I know, I forget who, maybe it was Nancy that told me she wears clip earrings, and I do have a bunch somewhere. I should bring them. I keep forgetting to bring them to auction. I literally have, well, like I said, she had jewelry for years, and then we've accumulated more stuff recently. So 10, Nancy? Sure. Okay. We'll take that bid of 10 and we'll say going once. Nope, Jocelyn's in at 10 first. Sorry, Nancy, I didn't catch. I'm just catching that in the chat. I looked up quickly and I saw what I'm saying, but nope, Jocelyn's in at 10. Nancy, you'd have to go to 12. So Jocelyn's at 10. I hope you can't hear too much of the fan noise. I've got a fan blowing in here. I guess, like I said at the beginning, I used to have an air conditioner in this room. I had to move it to a different part of the house, and I'm gonna have to go get another air conditioner for up here. It's currently 84 in the room I'm sitting in right now, so a little toasty. But it's supposed to cool off a little tonight, down into the 60s. And then tomorrow back to 90, and then the weekend 69. So, oh my, one ear, huh? Yep. Well, actually, I could probably help you out there, Nancy, because we've got some mismatched clip earrings that we have like just kind of out to Jocelyn. Okay, so going twice. Last call. I might be able to help you out there if you only need one, not a pair, because or unless you like to have a pair as one as a backup, because there are some pieces that somehow over the years we've managed to lose the mates. Yeah, I would not surprise Jocelyn. I know you're down south of us here, and I'm sure we're pretty much everybody in the East Coast here is in the 90s today. But yeah, it's a little warm in here. You can see it's the second floor of an old house with a dark blue metal roof. So even though I got reasonable amount of insulation up in this old attic, the house was built in 1857. It's still not well insulated, even though I've tried and tried. So we're in a very, very old home, and with the big wide board floors up here and everything. So, yep. Alrighty, sold to Jocelyn. I can spell her name right. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We'll bag those up and put your name with them. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the heat. Never have been. I grew up in Maine, in the mountains of Maine, and yeah, we got warm summers, but we could always escape to cooler places in the woods. So it was kind of nice. Okay, I'm trying to think here. What would be cool to show next? You see, I'm trying to change things up a bit. Get that out of the screen. I've got this really interesting. This was in the preview. I think that'd be good right there, like that. There we go. This is a potpourri dish. Can't type. OURRI dish. Oh, and we'll just start this at $5, I think. And I'll show the details of it here. So you can see it looks like a pie dish, but it opens up like that. I have not cleaned it. It is made by Nantucket Home. It does say something on the bottom about never leave a burning candle unattended. But when I looked this up, they called it a potpourri dish. So, and it looks, I always do this check with my hands. Your hands are the most sensitive when it comes to looking for things like that. And as most people know, and I did check for chips and that kind of stuff. It's ceramic, and it's about, I'm gonna guess 5 inches across, maybe. Yeah, just about 5 inches across, and about 2.5 inches deep total, all total. So, you want to see the music box? Yeah, I'll bring that in next then. So potpourri dish, if anybody's interested in there for $5. Oh, I gotta mark Jocelyn's purchase so I don't forget. Write that down. Where did I? There we go. And put a sticker with them so that doesn't get misplaced. You want, okay, $5 for that, Nancy? Sure. Sure. And we'll say going once. It's kind of cute, you know. It's you know, obviously it's got holes in the top, so for the potpourri, and pretty. It's a little bit of weight to it. Not too bad though. Going twice. Let's call. I appreciate everybody who's here. Thank you for joining me tonight for the auction. We'll see how it goes. I'm planning to go to at least 9:30 if I can, or later, but we'll see how it goes here. Like I said, I have a lot more items than I originally planned, so we will say sold to Nancy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Alrighty, we'll add that to your box of stuff. Okay, let me mark that. Okay, so I had shown this music box a while, I think a week or two ago. Back up a little bit here. There. And for those that were here, may recall that it has the prior owner apparently had dealt with one problem with somebody. I'm guessing children, but I could be wrong. And I left it on there on the bottom because it's got the sticker underneath. It says don't wind too tight, and they were very explicit about it. But I can't remember what I was asking for this at the time. Let me see if I still have my notes here. This was. Oh, goodness. Well, you know what? I'll just wing it. I'll just say, why don't we start this plays with short stem broken. Oh, cool. Yeah, we have Mrs. George also working. No, we fortunately we were able to have the luxury of her staying at home and raising the kids. So and then later on, once they were gone, then she started her jewelry business, which we did for a number of years, and did kind of the craft show circuit. And then we just got tired of that. And even the kids helped out. I mean, the girls. We have 3 daughters. The girls helped out both with the creation and stuff. And now our granddaughter, who's 17, is into making jewelry. So, okay, I will play the music box while I'm trying to think of what I want to do here. Okay. For those that have ever done Disney World down in Florida, that song, oh my, Small World. We'll start this at, I guess I'll say $10. See if that's fair. So yeah, so there is a name on here, and I think when I did comp this at one time. It's dusty. It has not been cleaned, but if there's a name, it might be that orange tag underneath the duct tape. I mean, masking tape. There's a T that written on the winder, but that's the only thing I know. Yeah, it's a small world. You go to that. Well, thank you, Nancy, for your bid. was oh gosh, over 25 years ago, I think. Yes, it had to be. I think. I'm trying to remember if it was the time. Yes, we went to Florida to visit my sister, and we did the Disney World thing, and it might have been that time, or it might have been later on. I can't remember. I've been there a couple times. But there's one thing about Disney in it, and the whole time you're in the ride, it's one of these rides you just sit and kind of takes you through all the animatronics kind of stuff, and the whole time they're playing this song. And my sister warned us. She said, "You're going to hear this song for 3 days in your head," and she was right. So last call. Um, I mean, it was a nice time. We had a good time despite all that. Um, but yeah, it was definitely a song that got stuck in your head. Okay, we'll throw that to Nancy. $10. Thank you, thank you. And we'll put your name on that. Okay. All right. All right, I'm going to show the first of, I'm trying to decide how to show these the best way. I have a bunch of t-shirts, and they're for children. They're mostly children's. I'll start with that, and then we'll go from there. For those that may or may not be aware, in Vermont, there was a company that started here called Burton Snowboards. And if you who have checked out my eBay site, you'll see that I actually have a couple of Burton snowboards up for sale. But this is the Burton clothing line. And I guess I'm going to have to switch cameras. This is the only way it's going to work. It's just not going to show the thing fairly. And I don't like being on camera a lot. I mean, not that I'm shy. I'm not shy. But this is the Burton shirts. And like I said, with this camera, it's going to be hard to show the whole thing. But they are new with tags. And this particular one I'm showing is what they call Burton Durable Goods. This is a size XL, but it says as an XL as in children's, not people. So I will show the tag here. You'll see. I want to show you what the tag is because it'll show you what they were asking for this thing. Boys Classic Mountain SS True Black size XL. And then there's the Burton tag there as well. And I will switch back to my other camera here. And I have a selection of these. So I'm going to brand new with tags. Start them at $8. And you can see that the original list price was $18.95. So I think this is a good deal. I don't even know if they make this particular one of this. They do change. It's called True Black. But I also have other tees in different styles. They're all similar, and they have the same kind of logo, the Burton logo on the front. Let me switch to this and then go up. Pardon me. I move my camera up. There we go. But you can see that's the tee, and yeah, children, not people. Yeah. I mean, unless you're a small person, maybe. And there are. We had a close friend. She passed away many years ago, but she was petite. She was, and I say petite, she was 4 foot. I want to say 4'8" or 4'10", that range. Very, very, very short. But nobody I'd want to get in a fight with. She was pretty rugged. Anyway, but so she wore children's clothes because most women's clothes were too big for her. But see, I have similar tees, and this one here is also called True Black, but you notice it's lighter color. What's interesting about this particular one, for example, is called, this one is made in part from plastic Mountain Dew bottles. It says, means you've helped cover the planet with less waste. And this is a size small. And it's 50% cotton and 50% Mountain Dew bottles. Again, same price. These are all the same. I'm going to show a few and then we'll switch back to something else. I have a green, size small, and I think this might be an adult. You know, this is an adult. It doesn't say children's. Yeah, this is definitely looks bigger than the other ones. This is a size small, but this must be an adult because you see it's much bigger than the others. And this one is a olive MB Classic Mountain SS Olive Night, size small. And this one is 100% cotton. Again, new with tags. Mountain is our heritage-based line. It combines quality craftsmanship and timeless design. This apparel line offers elevated classics combined with workwear functionality. And then they got it in French as well. So, and they've been around since 1977, Burton. And I'll show one more. This one is a size boys extra large in blue, a little different logo this time. They call this a boys logo, HRZ SS Web, size XL. Again, there's the price, $18.95. And same tag there with a nice blue piece. So if there's no interest in that right now, we will pass and I will show some more later. Or if there's somebody who comes in later and says, oh, I'm interested in that, just let me know. But yeah, I'm setting a bag full of them here, all new at tags. I have a hoodie. Yeah, I have a hoodie here as well. And I think a flannel shirt, which is close out of the season right now. But if anybody who's like my wife are already Christmas shopping. Okay, well, we had a few people watching and then we've lost them. That's too bad. Okay, I'll switch back to the other one of the items in the preview. I looked this up. I got both of them. I don't know why there's two, but I have two. I don't think they were bookends or anything like that. When I look these up, some people call them cockatiels, some people call them cockadoo. I don't know, whatever. There was a name attached to one of the descriptions as well as who the designer is, but they are ceramic. And there was no markings. There's some kind of pencil mark on the bottom of this one that just says B3 something. I can't make it all out. But anyway, and this one had no markings at all. So I'll show both sides of both of them. If somebody's into this kind of decor, like maybe for your kitchen or wherever, I think I was going to ask, what did they say here? Okay, so I'm pass for now on the tees and I'm going to call it a cockatiel decor pair. Starting bid of, I was surprised when I looked these up, because we'll start these at 12 if there's any interest at all. If not, that's fine. But I thought I'd throw it out there and see if there's any interest. But again, I try to leave it up there long enough so people can comment themselves if they want to see what we have. And like I said, when I looked it up, there was interesting, very interesting, what people were trying to sell these for. As anybody who has been on eBay, you know what people ask and what people get. aren't always the same. But, like I say, I've got a little bit of decor stuff. One that's really kind of cool. These are, I think, considered vintage. I can't promise that. But let me mark off my list here of things I've been showing. And oh yeah. I see. We'll get back to that. And maybe I'll switch to some jewelry again here in a bit. Hope everybody's enjoying their first day of June. Up here, as we often joke, somebody flipped the switch. It's now summer. Although this weekend is going to drop from 94 today to 69 for a high, I think, on Saturday. And we're supposed to get maybe showers or thunderstorms tomorrow night. I think it's the cold front coming through. So, okay, we'll pass for now on those. Not a problem. And goes out the way. Okay. I think there was somebody that expressed an interest in this, and I'll put it up. This is Avon. And this is a vintage Avon piece. It has liquid in it, and that's all I'm going to say. I did not try to open it. I'm going to assume that it could be perfume, but I'm not going to say that it's safe to use or not safe to use. Most people usually get these things because they collect the Avon pieces. This one is called Sterling 6 Spice. The sticker, as you can see, is slid down. Said 7 fluid ounces. So I'm going to call this an Avon Sterling 6 decanter. And we'll start this at $8. If there's any interest. Yeah, Jocelyn, I'm looking forward to the cool down too. My sister, like I said, lives in Florida. She deals with this kind of thing a lot. And I tease her because I said, well, you just go from your air-conditioned house to your air-conditioned car. So don't tell me that it's great, that you tolerate the heat. And they, yeah. Because they always complain. They say, well, gee, you guys, in the wintertime, you got to go from your heated house to your heated car. I said, well, in the summertime, you got to go from your air-conditioned house to your air-conditioned car. So, and you have it longer than I have my winter. So, so yeah, I could never live in Florida. It would just be difficult. Even when I've been down there, well, their winters are pretty mild, but admittedly, but my dad was a snowbird. He'd go down for the winter and come back for the summers. So anyway, but yeah, Avon stuff is interesting stuff. There's the front. It's interesting, the little opening here. It looks like the spare tire on it. I don't know if you can see that well in the lighting here. But, yeah. And then, like I say, the sticker is still there on the bottom. And I think in camera you can see, yep, there's liquid in there. Yeah, it's not just the heat though. I mean, the traffic is crazy. The drivers are just crazy. I mean, not that New England drivers aren't as that much better, but we have less of it. except around where you are, Johnson. I think I don't know where you are near in relation to Boston, but Boston is probably one of the weirdest cities to drive in. I've done it many times, and the one-way streets changing every once in a while and things like that just drive me nuts. Maybe they don't do that anymore, but when I used to go down there for IBM, I got tired of driving down there, and I just ended up taking either flew down and then just took the T or whatever, and or just walked. Florida depends on where you go. Well, I have a cousin down there who lives up in horse territory, and they actually have a horse farm, and it's really pretty where she is. And she's inland more, away from the coast, and a little further north. So not bad there, but again, they still have the heat. So, but anyway, okay. Well, no interest in the Avon thing. Somebody in the comments of the preview had mentioned that they might be interested in that. So I kind of said it was a possibility. So western part of the state. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a pretty. I know what you mean. Yep. Yeah, that's a pretty part of the state. Yep. They have the Big E there, I think, right? You're not too far from that, probably. So. I have some family down in Massachusetts, but they're all around smaller cities around Boston, not in Boston proper. So, yeah, Avon is very collectible. I have actually. This is not the only one. So This is kind of my float balloon. See if there's anybody interested in it, and if not, I have others. This one I picked because it does have the label, and it seems to be full with some kind of liquid. I'm going to assume it is the perfume, but to me personally, but I'm not going to say that it is because I don't know. Like I said, I don't dare to open it, but it's in excellent shape. I have 3 others, I think, of these similar vintage, so different ones. So if there's some interest, I can show the others as well, and it'd be around the same price. So, okay, now let's go on to. I guess I was going to switch over to some jewelry, so we should do that. Whoop, hang on, I got stuff that's going to fall down here if I don't take care of it. And I don't want anything getting damaged. Let's see. I don't. My problem, like I said, my problem I have right now is I have a very, very, very full room with no place to put anything, and it makes it dangerous sometimes. I have to keep the door closed to keep the cat out because I'm afraid something's. I'm afraid the cat will knock something over. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, where we are is pretty rural. We're about 14, 15 miles outside of Burlington, and definitely rural, like several acres, and most everybody around me has land, and it's rural. My neighbor across the street's got a mini farm with alpaca and chickens, goats, sheep, dogs, cats, and just across my other neighbor next to me is a horse stables, and if I go up the road a little bit, there's another farm up there with cattle. I don't think it's milkers. I think it's just raised for beef. But yep, and there's a couple of small dairy farms in our area. But anyway, okay. See. I think I'm going to grab these couple of items here. Before I keep going on here, let's see. What did she put me down for? How did she describe this for me? No, that's not it. That's not it. Okay. So I've got 2 bracelets here. I'm going to say pass for now on the other thing. Oh, you want to see the depression glass? Yeah, I can do that. Sure. Okay, you can do that. like I said, I'm more than willing to switch up to whatever people want. Okay, so I do have the one piece. Actually, my wife has a significant collection, but this is one piece that she doesn't need in her collection, I guess is the best way to put it. And this is a really large piece. It is yellow. If you can see that in the camera well, I think you can. Let me bring the camera up a little bit so you can kind of shoot down. I looked this one up and this, I think it was called Lancaster something, depression. And this is big. It's a bowl. If you can see that, it's not a platter. It goes about, I'd say it looks like it's 12 inches across and about at its highest point, about 2.5 inches deep. It is in perfect condition. And my wife has already said, if you sell this thing, you're gonna have to wrap it in bubble wrap, and then we have foam that we use, and then we'll wrap it in bubble wrap again, because depression glass, she's always worried about it. So, let me spell that right. Thank goodness for spell check on here. I'm gonna have to start this at $18. Like I said, and I'm gonna try and show as much of it as I can on the camera here, so you can see there's no damage on the edges. It is just dusty on the inside a little bit right now, but clean. Bottom, no chips, nothing. It is, and you can feel the pattern on the bottom. It's raised up. Like I said, and again, as a bowl, I would say, just eyeballing, it's about 2 inches deep overall. Like I said, 2.5 inches tall. So with this kind of pattern on the bottom, I forget what they call that pattern. I should remember this stuff. I should write it down when I see it. But anyway, but that's that piece. But yes, it is. I think this is a great price and color. I know that certain colors are more collected than others, from my wife's experience, what she's told me. But I would wrap this. I just bought a brand new roll of bubble wrap. I would wrap this in bubble wrap. Then we have this. And some of you who've got stuff from me, I may have used it for you. It's just, it looks like it's expanded. That's not foam. It's kind of a plastic, but it's really about 1 inch thick. It would wrap it in that, and then probably wrap it in bubble wrap again, or peanuts. I got a ton of peanuts for packing as well. So, but and I would insure it. Even though it's, even if you just got it for the $18, I would definitely insure it, because it's worth somewhat more than that. I'll just leave it at that. But I wanted to give it out there as a see if there's any interest. Like I said, I did have it in the preview, and I want to make sure what was in the preview was being shown tonight. If there's interest, I don't have to show everything that's in the preview, but that's kind of what I was going to do. And like I said, I'm trying to balance it with not showing too much jewelry, even though I've got about literally a shoebox of stuff to show, but not full box, but I probably have about, I don't know how many items she gave me to show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 items, 18, 19 items altogether of jewelry that she gave me, which we've shown a few already, of course. And then there's a couple I've added that she didn't know I was going to show, that I had already had previously researched and marked up. So, but yeah, Nancy, this is a very nice piece. Like I said, we literally have 2 china cabinets full of stuff. And she won't be unhappy if I don't sell it, but she doesn't have any place to put it at this point. It may have to go into storage. So, but anyway, okay. No, she did not make those. I don't recall where those came from. She is actually just finishing up a jewelry class in high school. They have actually a jewelry class in high school where they work with silver, copper, and I forget what else, making stuff. So she has been learning how to silver solder and things like that. So it's pretty cool. She's been really happy with it. So no, she hasn't made anything that I've put out here, except for I think a couple of bracelets that were we sold a few weeks back. Some of those Pandora style bracelets that some of you have bought. Some of those were some that she designed. So she's got a really good eye for stuff like that. But anyway, okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, pass for now on the depression glass. That's okay. Like I said, is probably one of my pricier items that I'm showing tonight. It is one of the pricier items, thanks. Well, unless I decide to show you some Vera Bradley. I have a couple of pieces of Vera Bradley purses that I'm debating whether to show. If there's some interest, I can bring those up. Those weren't in the preview. Again, like the Burton clothing line. The Burton clothing line wasn't in the preview. And the Vera Bradley wasn't in the preview, although I did mention that I might have some purses. That was one of the things. Okay, so I said pass for now on that. So I'm just going to shove this off to the side because I haven't got a safe place to put that here in my room. And I was going to show this next bit of jewelry. These are two different bracelets, and I'm going to talk about them both here. Where am I going? Bracelet. Okay. So I've got two bracelets here. I'm going to show this one first. And she's calling this one a blue bangle bracelet. I'm going to, let me type that in the chat here. And this one we're only going to ask $3 for. It's just an enamel, I think, finish on it with some stones, very sparkly. I think, let me see, the diameter on that is about 2.5 inches. You can see it's got these stones all around. Very pretty for $3. With kind of a gold accent. And I think they're just glass beads in there, or glass crystal pieces in there. Very sparkly for $3. And the inside is kind of that. It's a shiny polished finish. But there was no name or anything I could find anywhere on it, no markings. And if there's any interest in that, I will just say pass for now on that, because at that price, I thought go quickly if anybody was interested. And then I have this gold leaf. I think she's calling. That's what she's calling this. Pardon me. Heat up here starting to get to me. I think she wanted $3 for this as well. Nope. I'll take that back. Well, this has got. Oh, okay. That's why she wants more. Okay. This one had, let me write down what she had here. Amber beads. Beaded gold tone bangle bracelet. 6. So we'll show that up close again. And I think this is also about 2 inches across, 2.5 inches in diameter. You can see the amber beads that she was talking about. Beautiful gold tone. If there's any interest in that. If not, we'll move on to something else. Oh, your RN wants it. Okay, sure. Sold. Okay, sold. Ooh, bangle. Nancy. That's $3. Okay, put that with the rest of your stuff. Nancy, thank you, thank you, thank you. Put that right inside the potpourri dish. Now we know it's yours. Okay. Alrighty. Let me make some notes here to myself. Ooh, bangle, Nancy. Okay. Oh yeah, this one I thought kind of cute. It's called Poker Sympathy, and for those that remember the old paintings of dogs playing poker, that's what this is a bit of a play on. And oh, and what was I looking for this? There it is. This is vintage in big time. Now, full disclosure, if this was in mint condition, I'd be asking more. It has a chip that's only visible when you lift it up and look on the bottom side, on the edge. So it's not in perfect condition, but it is definitely very much vintage. And it's by Homer Laughlin. It says made in USA, which is interesting there because right below that, it says China company, hand decorated. So I'm assuming that doesn't mean it's not made in China. It's just the name of the company is Pearl China Company. But again, full disclosure, I want people to understand there are 2 small nicks on the bottom side, not visible when you look at it from the top. And when you look at it from the top, there's the dogs, and you can see one dog's falling out of his chair, and the other dog's laughing at him, I guess is what they're doing. And it says there underneath Poker Sympathy, and then that has got a copyright of some sort to the side of it there. Ashtray. But if you look this up, even in the not so perfect condition, these are highly collectible for some reason. Here up in the north, at least in this part of Vermont, you don't see a lot of smokers around here. When I was growing up as a kid, yeah, that was pretty common. But up here in the north, this part of the state in particular, it's just not a lot of smokers other than stuff that's not tobacco, since they legalized it. But yeah, the ashtray there is kind of the throwback to the old paintings you used to see of dogs playing poker, and that was kind of cute. So I came across this. I said, oh, I have got to try to put this out there for people to see this one. I just thought it was kind of interesting. All right. Now, let's see here. What's going to be the next item? Gotta move some things around here. There we go. Unclutter my area here. Okay, I'll pass for now on that. And that's okay. Like I said, not everybody's into this kind of thing, but there are some people that find this stuff fascinating, collect it even. So, okay. Now, of this, I was really trying to decide what to do with this. And I have this set of glasses that again, this is a last minute ad tonight. They're made by Corning. They call Glass, G-L-A-S, 1S, Snap. And I'll explain, you'll see why. You can kind of tell by looking at it already why it might be called Glass Snap. The glass comes out of the base. So it's really a two-piece thing. On the bottom, I'm going to try and get this so the light hits it. I'm going to turn it so you can read it. It says Glass Snap by Corning. And it says for hot or cold beverages. And in the center, there's a little thing that says AV, I think it says 24. Not sure why, but apparently that's a model or something like that. So I have I'm going to put this in the chat here, Glass Snap glasses. I have several of them. And we'll start this at $1 a piece. I'm selling them as a lot though, or if you only want some of them, that's fine too, I guess. But right now, $10 for 10 of them. And they're all clean, all in excellent condition. I went through each one of them. But this is a glass, this is glass, this is plastic. So, I did run them through the dishwasher out of curiosity to see what would happen. They were fine. So, it didn't hurt anything. But they are interesting. Not quite sure what the intent was in the design, and maybe somebody who wants to do a little more research. I did, again, I do tend to look things up really quickly, and then just to see if there's, kind of what the market's like out there. And these are going for a lot more than I thought. But I got these at a steal, and so not literally, but I got these at a bargain, let's just say. And I'm just looking to see if anybody's interested in bidding on something like this for 10 bucks. And I have 10 of them. I think it was originally part of a set of 16, actually, or yeah, 16, 12, I think, because I have the box these came in had two more just of I had a couple more of the plastic bases without the glass, so probably got broken and they just saved it for some reason. So if you want the extra plastic bases, I can throw those in for free. But anyway, really, really interesting piece of glassware by Corning. It's kind of a rounded bottom. They're actually pretty rugged for what it looks like. Considered what appears to be delicate. They actually seem to be pretty rugged. Like I said, I ran through the dishwasher and no problems. So anyway, okay. Well, we'll just pass for now on that, and that's okay too. Alrighty. What else did I want to show that was in the preview? Oh yeah, 2 other items from the preview, and then we'll see if there's anybody else still paying attention. If there's any other kind of interest, if anybody's interested in more jewelry, just let me know in the chat. But this is an interesting vase. It can be confused with a napkin holder that's of similar design, but the napkin holders open them, all the way through on the ends. This is a vase. No pink, no markings. Originally, I saw it, I thought it might have been of a particular design, but there's no name on it. There is some crazing on this side a little bit. Nothing much on this side, but it's clean throughout, and no damage anywhere that I could find. Just as I say, just a little bit of crazing in the glaze, which is not unusual. I'm guessing it's vintage. So I want to call this a clam shell base, and we'll start this at $10. And then I got one other item I want to make sure I show, and it's probably the only other pricey item. I wouldn't call it pricey. And I have a cigar box if anybody's interested in cigar boxes. Like I said, I may show them more of the Burton t-shirts if there's any interest there. And I have a few more things. Will not be doing an auction next week. I'll be at my granddaughter's and grandson's high school concert on Thursday. So unless I try and do something on Monday, which is not likely because that's my daughter's birthday, and I don't know what the plans are for that at this point. But we will see. But anyway, okay, no interest in that one. One other item I want to show for sure today, and it was the big item that was in the back of the preview, and that is the Leapfrog toy. Let me back it up a little bit so you can see it better. And this is a Speak and Learn puppy. This is Talk and Discover. Conversations. They can have storytelling, ABCs and 1, 2, 3s, 3 songs. I put fresh batteries in it and tested it. It's in the original box, but whoever had it looks like they pulled it and tore the tie strip out of the back of the box, and then I took it so I could turn it on here and put batteries in it. And it's a, now if you can hear that, I don't have the volume up very high, but he's singing a song. If you press this, it plays a song. This is the on-off switch here. And if you push that, so if I talk to it, it's going to answer me back now. And yeah, see, it answered me back. So it's kind of cool. So the Leapfrog learning toy, we will start this at $12. Okay, and so I will. And so I'm just going to shut them off by pushing that button there. But it does work really well, and I think I'm offering it as a really decent price. So if somebody's watching the video later and they're interested in this, of course, you can always email me, and we can arrange for you to get that. Okay. All right. I'm not going to dwell on it too much. I don't see a lot of people in the chat at this point. And I know there's a lot going on tonight for folks, so we will pass on that. And then I have one other item I think I want to make sure, like I say, I want to make sure I get everything I talked about in the preview. I had one other item here. This the Kiss book. It's written by Gene Simmons. It's called Kiss and Makeup, and a cute title. And we'll throw that out there for $5. It's in pretty good condition. Has some pictures, of course, throughout. And was on the New York Times bestseller list, it says. I don't remember what year it came out. Let's say in the front here somewhere. It came out in 2001. So, and just put that out there, and oh yeah, one other item that was in the preview. So pass for now on that. Like again, like I said, anybody can email me for anything else. I know people looking at these videos later, because I've seen that, the count goes up. This is an Indonesian candy dish. It's cut crystal candy dish. It has the Indonesia right there on the bottom. Hard to see in this camera probably, but it's right there on the bottom. But you can't, against that background, may or may not see it really clearly. I think for that I was asking $7 for that. And let's see what else. I'm going to go quickly here because I think I'm going to try and wrap this up in the next next 5 or 10 minutes. Oh yeah, almost forgot those. I have 2 vintage pieces here I want to show next. We'll pass for now on that. And I have a creamer and sugar set that is red, what they call red ruby glass. What did it happen here? Red ruby glass set. We'll start this at $8. And the reason I'm starting low, and I'll explain in a minute here, is the bottom of this one. On the very bottom edge, you can't see it from the top. On the very bottom edge, there's a small chip right there. And for people who collect these things, they're often looking for perfect, not undamaged. Again, it does not show unless you pick it up and look it upside down. Now the sugar bowl is fine. No damage on the sugar bowl. And the tops are perfect. But they're really pretty, and they're considered vintage. I have seen some people claim they're depression. I can't say that for sure. But they are pretty, and even at the price for $8, even if you're just going to use it on your table for actual use of sugar and creamer, it's a very nice set for the price. It's like I say, you can. Some like I say, some of the posts claim it was made by Anchor Hawking. Others say different things. So I'm just gonna call it red ruby glass, and whether it's depression or not, I'll leave that up to the owner to decide what they want to call it. But it's very pretty. I definitely think it's vintage, and I can't say any more than that. But it's not. Again, some areas I know well, others I don't. So, okay, and we'll pass for now on those. And we'll set that aside over there for the moment. And what was the other thing I thought I might show? Oh yeah, I did say it. I did mention it. Where is it? Behind me here somewhere. Well, I have two. Let me grab this one. Yep, this one. I have a water fountain music, not music, sound, makes sound. And very pretty. It's like it's a resin thing. Water goes in this here. This one I've tested. And the water comes out through this little spout and come down here. It has two settings. The switch on the side. If you push it back, it's got the pump, which you can't hear because it's actually pretty quiet. And then if you push the switch forward, I'm going to try and lean in here so you can hear it. You can hear it's playing like bird sounds, that kind of thing. What's interesting about it, it appears that it will play for a little while, then it'll stop. But if you go near it, it must be motion sensitive somehow. There's a sensor. I think this looks like this might be a sensor right here of some sort because it just seems kind of out of place in this design. So my guess is that that's some kind of a sensor. There's the sound. It takes 4 AA batteries, which I'll take out before I ship it because I don't like the post office doesn't like shipping batteries. Well, if that's the way it goes. But anyway, so I'm going to call this a resin fountain with sound. And we'll start this at, I'll have to start this at 10, I think. But it's very pretty. You see, it does two things. It does have the water flow there. Took a little bit of effort to get the pump to prime and start, but once it was going, it was fine. I actually have 2 of these, and the other one I have tried to test and get the water to flow, and the pump is going, but it doesn't flow. So I'm showing the one that works. And there is a slight amount of discoloration here on the bottom. I don't know if that's a chip or just the way it was painted or whatever. A little bit of white there and there and there. That might have been a chip right there. I can't tell you for sure. When I compare them, there's slight differences in them. So, but it's pretty. I did not give it any kind of an intense cleaning. I just kind of brushed off most of the dirt that was easily visible. And so that's that. And then there's the back of it, of course. There's the side. I didn't show all of it. There's the back and the side of this thing. I'm guessing it's a resin. It feels like a resin type of thing. Okay. And was there anything else I showed in the preview? Oh, there was a lot of earrings and jewelry I showed in the preview that I didn't talk about. But I'm not going to jump on that. There didn't seem to be a lot of interest in some of the jewelry tonight. So, other than the 1 or 2 pieces I put out there, I do have some faux pearl necklaces. I have liquid silver bracelets. I have silver charms. I have silver necklace with the light blue stones, and I have a gold tone herringbone necklace, and I have I think this is malachite chips necklace, and a cross. That one, I think there was some people who I know have interest in crosses, so I will show that one. Let me pull this out, pass for now on that, and show the cross. And then I'm going to go back to the Burton stuff briefly. And we'll call it a night after that, probably. This looks like, I'm not going to say it's turquoise, because I can't, there's no way to know for sure when you're looking at something like this, but it's turquoise-like, I will say, turquoise colored. And the design on the cross is interesting. I tried to research it and could not find something with similar design or markings. It's just a silver tone necklace. It's nothing fancy. It's not marked anywhere on the back. Bring it up close so you can see. Not marked anywhere, but it was interesting. And what did I say? Yeah, it's warm up here. Did you not write that one down? I didn't write that one down, huh? Oh, no, there it is. No, that's not it either. Pardon me. I just can't seem to figure out what I did with it. My writings. Well, you know what? I'll just put it out there. I will just throw a number out there. We'll just say $6. Is there any interest in that? And then I got, like I said, I've got a couple more clothing items I'll show. I had a bunch more jewelry, but again, like I said, I didn't get the impression tonight from the chat that anybody was interested in jewelry, but I can certainly show them a lot more. Let me move this out of the way. Okay, and like I said, man, showing this kind of clothing tonight. I am going to move this out of the way. And move this out of the way. I've got a Burton hoodie. And I think this got tags. Yep, new with tags. The original price on this was $69. Now, it's got this logo on the back that I can't explain on the very back of the shirt, right to the on the with the right shoulder, WE, that's embroidered in. So that's not going anywhere. That's why I'm not asking full price on this. Let me switch cameras and just show a better view of it. And I'm gonna have to stand up for this. Okay, so there's the hood, drawstring, front, Burton, with the pockets and the zipper. And it's a great dark gray long sleeve. It is a size extra large. Again, on the back, it has this logo on one side, but not on the other. And that's what that looks like. Let me switch back. If there's any interest in that. And like I said, I have a ton more t-shirts, and I have a flannel shirt, Oh, I forgot about these purses. Huh. Darn. Forgot about these. Well, let me. Okay, so let's pass for now on that. Again, if somebody sees this later on, they say, "Oh, wow, I don't mind that little logo on the back here. It's a really nice hoodie. It is really warm, and Burton clothing is top quality. It's top quality." Okay, I've got this little. I'm going to call it a travel purse, made by Travel On. And let me bring the camera up and down. And so it's like a little. I guess you could use it as a crossbody or over the shoulder. Made by Travel On. There's the Travel On logo there. Zippered here, here, on the top, on the inside, pockets on the inside, and another pocket, magnetic snap pocket on the back. And it's really nice little travel purse. It has a little clip here on the side for, I guess you could hang a key. I'm not sure what that's for. But anyway, but very nice little travel purse. And we'll start that at 10. As any interest. Like I said, I have some Vera Bradleys, but I'm not sure if there's anybody even in the chat that cares at this point. I did mention it earlier. If there's some interest in the Vera Bradleys, I'll bring them at the next auction and just tell me in the email or a chat, and I'll catch it and bring it up sometime soon. But, like I said, it's still 84 in this room, and I know the temperature outside is starting to drop, but it's about 76 outside right now, I think. But it's just not not getting into this room. Yeah, it's according to the Weather Channel, it's 76 degrees outside, but not in this room. Okay. Well, I'm getting beat by the heat here. I'm going to switch cameras again so I can chat at the end here a little bit and say thank you to everybody who participated tonight. And for the lurkers that were out there, hello. And for those that come in later on, hello again. And like I say, I am here in Northwest Vermont. I've been trying to do this every Thursday night, and I moved from 7 to 8 p.m. trying to help out maybe some of the folks on the West Coast and give myself a little more prep time too. Try to bring a variety of stuff. I did some jewelry tonight, some clothing, some decor, some collectibles. Anyway, all those types of things. Even one sort of toy with the leapfrog thing. Not that I don't have toys. I do have lots of toys. I have. Let me think here. This heat is really getting me. I have a lot of McDonald's type collectibles, Burger King, that kind of thing. Original in the package, in the box, in the bags, little bags, for stuff going back to the 90s. I have craft stuff, everything from yarn, patterns. I even have some clothing as well besides the t-shirts. I have a bunch of stuff on eBay that I don't normally do in auctions, like the vinyl albums and comic books. But if there's some interest in any of those, I can certainly bring some of those things to auction. I'd be willing to do that if there's a willing audience. Like I said, I did have some Vera Bradley out here to show. Here's one of the bags, for example. Let me put it on screen here. There's a Vera Bradley. It looks a little faded on this camera, but it's only because the lighting here is minimal. I don't have the good lighting over here by me. And I have some other bags up here, the large Vera Bradley over there in the back, the pink one. And I have some dolls, As you can see, there's some Barbie stuff behind my head. Sports cards. I shouldn't say sports cards. I have collectible cards, not just sports cards, but I have stuff like Star Trek cards and some various TV shows like Dark Shadows, I think it was, and I forget some of the others. Um, and maybe even some Star Trek and Star Wars type collectible cards. And I have artwork, tons of ceramic, little figurines and things like that from UNESCO. So, by the way, on the preview video, the music's provided by my grandson, Jackson Garrow. His channel is out there. I posted the link to it at the end of the preview and left up the song. The song, unfortunately, that I use, he doesn't have a video of out there. He has it on one of the music sharing links, but not on his YouTube channel. But I will pester him into putting that particular song out there because I like it. It's a nice song. And he has written a lot of his own music. So that's what he usually posts out there, stuff that he's written. A few covers as well. But we have some talented musicians in our family, so he's one of them. Okay, well, looking forward to the cooler weekend, and hope everybody has a great one. And we will talk to you if not next week, week after. Have a great night.